Okay, so this is my early mid evening before bed checks of the caterpillars. I will probably be running up here several more times, although I have to admit that the imitation diet is making things a lot easier. You can only see 2 here, but there's 3 in this little container. Have grown quite a bit since hatching. The 3rd one is hiding. He's kind of, let's see, where is he? She, whichever it is. Alright, it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Found it. There's number 3. So you can see him eating it. Yay. Makes it a lot easier than running outside for new leaves every 2 seconds because the leaves dry up so quickly. In here we have Hannibal and his brother. Let's see, which one's Hannibal? Oh, Hannibal is on the other side. Alright, I named this one Hannibal for a reason. He hatched out, or she, and the other eggs hadn't hatched. And he managed to get to 2 of them before I isolated him. And he ate the eggs. So, that one's named Hannibal. And he's got his own little piece of milkweed. I'm doing the Mr. Lund method and starting them on a little piece of milkweed and then taking that away once they get a little bit bigger. And here's the non-Hannibal. I forget what Hannibal's hunter guy was called, but that's what that one's name's gonna be. He's gonna survive Hannibal's attacks. I got 3 eggs in here. That looks like 4, but it's not 4. That's just a chunk of the fake food. They each have their own little piece of leaf. From what I have observed so far, between the 2 and additional 10 that I have in here. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get the lid off. Is that you need to start them out on a small piece of milkweed leaf. As you can see, mine wasn't, what I gave them wasn't very big. And then once they start to get a little stripy and yellow, you stick them on the fake stuff and they start eating it. So I've got 10 in here. I've been counting them all day. So far, nobody has eaten each other. I kind of get nervous when they get clustered up in a group like that. 2 of them are almost the same size, and you got the little guy over there. Yay, poop! That means you're eating! I know, I get so excited about caterpillar poop. I am the world's dumbest person. Well, not dumb, but ridiculous. I am a joke. So, witnessed poop. Yay, that means eating. So, we have a total of 10, and we still have a total of 10. And they are eating it. So my advice for getting any started on an imitation milkweed diet is to cut off a little piece of milkweed leaf for your egg to hatch on. Put your egg on the little piece of fresh milkweed leaf when it's close to hatching. I am using these airtight containers because right now they are too small. They would make it through that. They would make it through this. If I poked air holes, they could probably crawl through those. They also don't need a lot of oxygen, so I'm opening this many times a day, so they get fresh air, and it helps keep the imitation food fresh, which is an added perk. And then once they've been on that for a little while, I will flip that over, because the bottom side's not covered in frass, the technical term for caterpillar poop, and they can start eating on the bottom side, and that'll extend my imitation food for a while. Cantaloupe crew, Jay hanging. This one's built his little button. Made a really good button too. I'm very proud of this one. I was a little worried. That's my drama llama right there. One of my 2 drama llamas. Or a drama queen or whatever. This one just like to, every little thing he just gets mad about. Or she. So, and here's my chill guy or girl. And I've got him in there. Him or her. Gosh, it's so hard not to try to, to try not to be offensive to anybody these days. I've got it in there with milkweed leaf and butternut squash. So this one seems to like both and goes back and forth from milkweed to the butternut to the milkweed to the butternut. This one's just kind of chill. I actually pick it up, move it, clean the container with him in it, or her, or it. Goodness, I need to find out a better way to say that. And it just kind of sits in there and chills and goes, okay, thank you for the maid service, thank you for the food, see you next time, waitress. Oh, look, we're starting to drop into the J. Now that it's built his nice little button. And the rest of the butternut crew, I've got one up here that's built a nice little button, getting ready to J. And the other one, really hard to see, but it's on that stick. This is the one that was running around in circles on a piece of butternut squash for 30 minutes while I watched and tried everything I could think of to convince it to go on a stick, the side, anywhere but round and round in circles on the butternut squash. Crazy, crazy caterpillar. And my other drama llama did pupate against the plastic. So I had to devise, also not a very good strong button. It didn't get its shed skin to completely come off because there was so much silk attached just in the general area. So what I ended up doing was taping the old skin, which included the silk that's holding it in place, to the side of my very ugly impromptu DIY caterpillar feeding vase. And then I had to prop it up using the toothpick so that it wasn't leaning against the plastic, because if they're touching against the side of something, that could risk deformity, and I've already had one of those. I don't need another one of those. So hopefully this one's okay. It's off on the side to dry. Once it's completed drying, I'm going to move it because it does not have enough room to safely close. It needs 4 inches square to be able to safely close and strengthen its wings. How I'm going to do that, I don't know. There's not a lot of silk with that one. So I might be using the dental floss method. I'll have to do some research, figure it out. These little guys are doing okay. There's one. Where'd the other one go? The other one likes to go under the leaf. But because I'm super paranoid about cannibalism and there's a lot of frass in there, we're going to go ahead and open this up. Do a caterpillar head count, which should be super easy since there's only 2. Not easier than trying to count 10 teeny tiny itty bitty little heads. Alright, setting this down for a second while I open this. My entire living room is a caterpillar nursery. Whee! Caterpillar nursery. Yeah, okay, so found it. And also managed to fling caterpillar poop all over my phone. That's okay. I disinfect my phone daily. People don't realize how filthy their phones actually get. You touch stuff and then you touch your phone and you don't even think about it. So you're at the store, touch your phone. Get home, wash your hands, then you touch your phone. And you don't even think about what could be on your phone since you didn't clean your phone after touching everything else. So here's where OCD becomes a good thing. And I clean my phone every day with disinfecting wipes because I'm neurotic. Oh, some more poops. Come on now. Kind of nice thing about using a paintbrush to clean up the poop is that it gets trapped in the bristles. And then I can wipe it off on a wet paper towel. And then go wash it in the sink with Dawn dish soap. And there, they have some fresh air. I think one's getting ready to molt. Little chubby here. They're the same instar, but if you notice, this one's really fat. This one's kind of skinny. This one is going to be molting soon. Probably be easier to point with the pretty purple end. Oh, how pretty. So I'm pretty sure that one's going to be going into our molt soon. That one's got a little more eating to do. They hatched, I want to say, within a couple hours of each other. They weren't far behind one another. But they all do their own thing at their own time, so everybody accounted for in there. Yay. And our Houdini, who I was so worried had been eaten by one of the big guys, is in here with his escape-proof top, getting ready to molt again, I'm pretty sure. That's him in the corner. Hey, I think there's a song by R.E.M. that goes something along those lines. Plenty of food. He's got 3 leaves in there, so just in case he molts before breakfast, I don't want him to be hungry. Anybody who decides to raise caterpillars from eggs, yes, I know this looks like a disorganized mess. There's a method to the madness. I've got clean containers. I have intermediary containers. That's for holding toothpicks and stuff like that that I might need to just, whatever I might need them for. This one is a pooper pusher toothpick that I use to push the poop from between the leaves of my butterfly weed because it's a thin leaf variety, and when they poop it gets stuck. And the toothpick works better than the brush. It does get washed, but it does get stained. I also keep all of my discards because you never know when you might accidentally throw away a little caterpillar. And if the little caterpillar ends up in the garbage, the little caterpillar's gonna die. But if you keep a milkweed scrap container, little caterpillar will be able to eat on food scraps until it gets big enough for you to spot it crawling up the side of the container. I also keep my old chrysalides in there, and I'm going to count them all when I'm done, or when the season's done. And that's some butternut squash peelings, in case any lost little guys get a hankering for that. The safety pins are for hanging any chrysalis that needs moving, which I already see. Oh goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4. I already have 4 that are going to need moving, so the safety pins come in extremely handy for that, because you can just wrap the silk, poke the safety pin through the silk, pin it to the top. Works a treat. And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot going on. The big guys are all going into J-hang, except for the late bloomer over here. He's not fat enough yet, or she. They get a little more chubby. He's still long and skinny. They kind of shorten up a little bit when they're ready to start looking for a place. Well, actually when they start getting ready to J-hang, if you look how short that one is, they kind of draw their body up from that nice, lovely, over 2 inches. Oh, and we're catching a poop. Yeah, that's what they do, eat and poop. But it's fun. So that will probably be a chrysalis when I wake up. This one might still be J-hanging. Oh, the 2 up there. One hasn't. He's getting ready to J-hang, so he should be pupating tomorrow. And then the one on the stick is still building his button, so. They buttons, they're so cute. I don't know if you can see the little silk button. It's that white thing. We're not going to poke at the drama llama because then I'll have a little dramatic fit. And little silk buttons. They're so cute. Anyway, so that's a general update. I'll keep you posted on how the little ones are doing on the imitation diet. So far so good. I say yay. I might transition some over to real milkweed later because I've got 3 that are on milkweed. So I think my plants can handle a few more being on milkweed, but we'll see how many eggs I have out there. That's a decision for another day. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of my system, such that it is. And I'll give you a morning update, hopefully with some beautiful new chrysalides. And hopefully a butternut squash circle that hasn't collapsed on itself. I can't move it yet, so I'm trying to think of a way to maybe cut it and secure it. Just the entire butternut squash until it's hardened enough for me to pull it and move it, or hope that the butternut squash circle holds out long enough for it to harden and for me to move. I don't know, keep an eye on it and see how fast it disintegrates. Beautiful mesh top, could have gone up there. Nope. Nope. Stayed down there. Silly caterpillars. Yeah, so I'll check on them again later. Say night-night to everybody.